And I am Rinda.
Welcome to this very special video. Today we have great honor to talk to a direct disciple of Srila Prabhupada, His Grace Tribhanganand Prabhuji. Srila Prabhupada spread Krishna consciousness all over the world, and Prabhuji has personally spoken to him and served him. We are so excited to ask Prabhuji about those special moments. Let's get started.
Prabhuji, welcome to our channel.
Hare Krishna.
Tell us, how did you first meet Srila Prabhupada?
Somebody put a Back to Godhead magazine in my hand one evening when I was just a teenager, and I read this article by Srila Prabhupada, and it made so much sense. It was just all the answers that I was looking for. And as a result, I decided I had to meet this person and I had to find out more about these Hare Krishna people. And so I came to visit the temple. But so my first meeting with Srila Prabhupada was actually by hearing from him.
Wow, that's amazing. Can you share a special memory that shows that Srila Prabhupada loves his disciples?
Yes, one day when I was listening to some cassettes in the old days when we had this steam age technology, I heard Prabhupada describing how his secretary, Shamsundar, Prabhupada, he spoke in such a loving way. He said, actually, he was the best secretary I ever had. And I could understand that Prabhupada really appreciated the service of his devotees. And he still so cared and considered how important the devotees are. And that's just one incident. But there are so many others where Prabhupada was taking so much care to make sure that the devotees were properly clothed and warm and well fed and actually taken care of and loved. Prabhupada was always very considerate and thinking that if we're not well, then how can we serve Krishna? So he was always taking care of us. And Prabhupada, he was also going all over the world to encourage the devotees, to help them appreciate Krishna. And he could understand, I've started them off in Krishna consciousness, but they all need support and help because they're coming to something which they've forgotten about for millions of years. And now they need more encouragement to help them stick with it and become more and more serious and more attached to Krishna.
Wow, Prabhupada is very caring.
We hear that Srila Prabhupada was very strict, but also very loving. Can you share a time when he made you laugh?
Yes, in the Mayapur temple in the early days, when the altar was actually at the back of the temple room that we have now, we were all circumambulating Radha Gokulananda. We were walking around Radha Gokulananda with Prabhupada. And actually we were dancing with Prabhupada. And Prabhupada, he was just walking very nice, with such a cheerful smile. And there was a bell at the back and there was a rope. And Prabhupada, he would stop when he got to the bell and he would pull the bell, ding, ding, ding. And then he would smile and he'd do a little twizzle around with a smile on his face. And then he'd carry on walking around the deities. And it was such a beautiful experience. All the devotees were so happy to be with Prabhupada. And that was a wonderful, just an intimate moment with Prabhupada.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
Prabhuji, as young devotees, how can we practice Krishna consciousness in a fun way?
Well, we can dance, we can sing, we can take lovely prasadam, we can cook for Krishna, we can do dramas for Krishna, we can actually play nice games, we can actually act out the pastimes of Krishna. And just like Krishna, he's having fun with the cowherd boys and with the cowherd girls. And you see that nice pastime where Krishna's lifting Govardhan hill and all the devotees. And actually, we're going to have a nice kids club very soon in Stoke-on-Trent. And one of the things we're going to do is we're going to act out the pastime where Kaliya is poisoning all the cowherd boys and the calves. And then Kaliya rises up and different devotees will all come together and they'll have their hands like hoods all behind. So there'll be a whole bunch of children imitating Kali as different hoods. And then somehow or other, we haven't quite worked that out, how Krishna's going to jump on top of Kaliya's head. But we can have so much fun exploring all these different pastimes. Just like Krishna and Bala, just like Lord Nityananda. He used to play and enact all these different pastimes, like the Ram Leela. And there's so much fun. It's really sweet. And everybody can have a lovely time. And another thing that we can do as youngsters, we can actually approach people and tell them, do you know who is Krishna? And if they say no, you can say, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And you can talk to them in such a nice way, and you can encourage them to take a book. Please find out about Krishna. He loves you so much. How about that? So, and you can distribute sweets, and we can have Rath Yatra festivals. We can do so many things that will actually make us very, very blissful. And we can chant and dance in kirtan together, which is really ecstatic.
Thank you, Prabhu. Sometimes we get busy with school and homework. How can we make time for Krishna?
Well, there are so many ways, because we've all got 24 hours in a day. So if we start the day thinking about Krishna and singing about Krishna and taking Krishna prasadam and going to do our school stuff, even when we're at school, if there's a nice chance, we can talk to our friends and our playmates and even our teachers about Krishna. That's also a very nice thing to do. And when we have playtime, we can actually play some of the pastimes of Krishna. Because actually, if the kids get into it, that can be a lot of fun. And another thing, when you're doing your homework, it's like this. If you do your homework all nice and quickly and thoroughly, so that you can, with excitement, that, okay, when I finish my homework, I can go and do some nice stuff for Krishna. I can help cook for Krishna. I can help my mom in the kitchen, and I can dance and sing, and I can maybe phone my friends, and I can help people get connected to these YouTube videos. All these different ways we can do that. And especially one thing we can do is, when we have a little time, is read about Krishna's pastimes and hear about Krishna's pastimes. And this way, all the other things will automatically be done with so much enthusiasm. Because if we think, okay, here I am, at the moment, I'm at school, so my duties are to do my schoolwork. But let me do my duties to please Krishna. That's the big difference. Let me do all my duties with a view to how I can please Krishna. And that will be very, very nice.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Yes, I love to read books.
Like Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Krishna book, and Ramayana. Prabhuji, our next question is, what are some qualities that Krishna loves
In devotees.
Ooh, that's a lovely question. Actually, Krishna, he loves it when the devotees are very humble. He doesn't like devotees to be overly proud. And if devotees are too proud, then he acts in some way to curb down their pride. So humility he likes, because this is our natural relation with Krishna. And he especially loves it when devotees give him their hearts and they act just to try to please Krishna. This is called surrender. When everything is done with a view just to pleasing Krishna, then the devotees are so happy, Krishna becomes so happy, and the devotees automatically become even more happy. So this is wonderful.
Thank you, Prabhu.
So we learned that without humility, you can't love Krishna.
Yes, actually Krishna loves it when we love and serve his devotees too, because Krishna considers his devotees are the most special people. And actually, if we want to love Krishna, we have to love Krishna's devotees. And that means we have to be humble and serve his devotees, because that way Krishna becomes even more pleased when we try to serve him. So this is very special. And in order to love Krishna's devotees, sometimes it's difficult because relations can be a little difficult in this world. And so we have to practice being tolerant and humble and appreciate that actually we have our own faults. And it's harder to actually see our own faults than it is to see other people's faults. And so when we become humble, we can actually see our own faults better instead of seeing the faults of others.
Thank you, Prabhuji. What is one lesson from Srila Prabhupada
That you never forget.
Okay. When I was in Bombay, now called Mumbai, when we were just getting the temple ready for the installation, actually the temple wasn't properly built, and we came down for Guru Puja with Prabhupada. And Prabhupada, after the Guru Puja, he asked us all, he said, so what is the gift of the spiritual master? And I tried to answer, but then Prabhupada, he explained that what the spiritual master is giving is Dibya Gyan, is transcendental knowledge. He said, don't think that he's giving you material knowledge. He's giving you transcendental knowledge. And if you always remember this, you'll always be able to feel obliged to your spiritual master. So that is something I hope, never forget how Prabhupada is so kind that he's giving us transcendental knowledge, knowledge beyond what you can possibly get in this material world. He's giving us knowledge of our spiritual lives, our spiritual identity, and knowledge of who Krishna is and our eternal loving relationship with Krishna, and how to be always connected with Krishna 24/7 and more.
Wow, 24/7 and Krishna consciousness.
Haribol!
You have been practicing Krishna consciousness for so many years. How do you stay inspired?
Two things, so many things, but essentially I love hearing from Srila Prabhupada, and I'm hearing from Srila Prabhupada every time I read his books. I listen to his lectures, and just hearing Prabhupada's voice, it just gives me so much life. And I chant, I hear, I try to serve Prabhupada's mission. I try to see what I can do to please Srila Prabhupada, because I feel deeply obliged to Prabhupada from within the core of my heart. And just, I see how Prabhupada, he wrote all these books for us. And he went to so much trouble to give us these books. The least I can do is try to carefully read and appreciate and understand his books, and try to help others get these books as well. And this actually gives me life and energy, and makes me want, it makes me greedy, because I want more and more. So this is what keeps me ticking.
So hearing is essential in Krishna consciousness.
Yes, it's so important. Prabhupada explains that it's the primary, the very first thing we must do. And actually the whole process is built on hearing and chanting. And chanting doesn't mean just chanting japa and just doing kirtan. It means also speaking about Krishna, explaining about Krishna. Because as the more we hear and understand, and the more we explain to others what we've heard and understood, the more our whole Krishna consciousness develops, and the more we're able to naturally remember Krishna more and more. And then if we hear nicely, then we can chant nicely. So when we chant, we can actually start to feel that connection with Krishna so much that we can recognize when we're calling out Krishna's names, we're actually keeping our tongues connected with Krishna. Not only our tongues, but our ears and our hearts connected to Krishna so nicely. Thank you. It's a lovely question.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Time for fan questions.
Okay, what's next?
If Srila Prabhupada was sitting right here next to us, what do you think he would say?
Chant Hare Krishna and be happy. Take prasadam, dance and sing for Krishna, and just try to love Krishna.
So is chanting be happy, Okay, question number 2, a very hard one. If you could ask Krishna one question, what would it be?
It would be, my dear Lord Krishna, please let me always love you and let me always serve you.
Next question.
Question number 3. If Krishna invited you to Goloka for one day, what would you do first?
I would offer my obeisances to all the devotees and to Krishna and call out, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Next question.
Question number 3. If you were one of Krishna's cows in Goloka Vrindavan, what name would you want him to give you?
That's a tough one. Whatever name he wants to give me, I'll be very happy with that.
Prabhu, next question.
If Krishna appeared in your dream and told you a secret, what do you think it would be?
I think it would be who Srila Prabhupada is in his own Leela. Because Prabhupada, he's clearly so connected with Krishna. And he actually told us when Prabhupada said that Krishna sent you, he said, no, I chose to come. But why would he choose to come? Because he had so much love for Krishna and that maybe Krishna asked him to come. So there's a wonderful, intimate relation between Prabhupada and Krishna. And it would be so nice to find out what that is.
Thank you for the next question.
If you could travel back in time and have dinner with Srila Prabhupada, what would you cook for him?
Probably kachoris and maybe samosas too, because I made those ones for Prabhupada and George when they were at Bhaktivedanta Manor. And Prabhupada said he liked the samosas.
Wow, samosas and kachoris.
My cow also likes to eat kachoris and samosas.
Okay, next question. If you could switch places with any devotee from Krishna's pastimes for one day, what would it be?
I think it would probably be either Uddhava or Arjuna, because they get to spend so much wonderful time with Krishna. And that would be out of this world.
Oh, I would also like to switch places with Arjuna for one day, so I can hear Bhagavad Gita from Krishna directly.
Yes, and actually that's so nice because you're actually able to speak very quickly, so that way you can understand how Krishna was able to speak the whole Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna in just half an hour. That's extraordinary.
Next question.
If you had to explain Krishna consciousness to an alien, how would you do it?
Very simple. I'd say 1, chant Hare Krishna and be happy. And 2, read this book, Easy Journey to Other Planets. And this is Easy Journey to Other Planets. Read this book, chant Hare Krishna, and be happy. Here you go.
Wow, I'll read this book.
Great.
So now, if we're talking about easy journey to other planets, my next question is based on the moon. So next question is, if you had to do Harinam Kirtan on the moon, what song would you chant first?
I would sing, first of all, Prabhupada's pranams, which we're always supposed to do when we do a preaching program. Namam Vishnupadaya, Krishna Prastaya Bhutale, Srimati Bhaktivedanta, Swamini Tinamine, Namaste Saraswate Deve, Gauravani Pracharine, Nirvisesha Sunyavadi, Pastyacha Deshatarine. And then I chant, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavrinda. And then I'd sing the Hare Krishna mantra. So let's do it. Right. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Prabhuji.
Before we end, can you please give some special blessings to all of the viewers watching this video? Any message for our viewers, please?
Well, Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, they are, actually you are in their hearts and they want you to take them into your hearts. So please take this nice chanting of Hare Krishna, dance and sing, and try whenever you can to read Prabhupada's books, and then your life will be so sublime and happy. Thank you very much indeed. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for this amazing conversation. We're so inspired.
Haribo.
Haribo! Haribo! And the most important part, always remember Krishna and never forget Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Haribo!